Hello? Testing 1, 2, 3. I have a question or two for you watching this now. If you were to find out right now that there was a possibility that if you were to venture outdoors without wearing a face covering, you would get terminal cancer and die, I'm fairly certain you would wear a face covering. If you're lucky enough to live in a country with a blazing midday sun, when you go out into said blazing midday sun, I am fairly certain that you cover yourself in sunscreen, because that's the sensible thing to do, because it protects you from the sun's harmful rays. So why the hell are there so many people refusing to wear face coverings when required to do so? Stick around and we'll just stick around. You know what we're gonna do. But before we start, I want to give a huge shout out to Voodoo Inquisitor, Blinder Gang member, and the very clever person who visited my video description, clicked on my Amazon wishlist and bought me this RØDE NTG4 so that I haven't got to have a microphone getting all up in my face when I'm making videos. Roll the intro.
Go nuts on my nuts.
Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Playing a Blinder with me, the Creaky Blinder. Now Creaky, I hear you ask, why are you suddenly so interested in anti-maskers? Well, I'll tell you later on in the video, but first, this is Kardashian, beautiful billionaire businesswoman who has now sadly proven that she is a complete moron by sharing this on her Instagram profile. Those blue masks mandated at grocery stores and airplanes are made of PTFE, a carcinogenic made from synthetic fluoride. But in order for it to become carcinogenic, it has to be heated to over 500 degrees. Now you're hot, Courtney, but not that hot. And besides all that, the masks you were showing, the blue medical grade masks that we're all so familiar with, are made from polypropylene, not PTFE anyway. According to cancer.org, it increases the risk of liver, testicle, pancreas, kidney and breast tumours and ulcerative colitis, thyroid disease, preeclampsia and high cholesterol. High exposure can cause influenza-like symptoms and hemorrhaging in the lungs, leading to suffocation. But the problem is, Courtney, no it can't. And you've just proven to the world just how much of an idiot you are. Now I know the whole idea behind the Kardashians is to immerse yourself in drama, but this is the sort of drama you want no part of. Oh, but leave Courtney alone, Creaky, she's so damn beautiful. I'm bringing her up in today's video because she's what inspired me to make today's video. Because where she posted that on her Instagram account, she has 104 million followers. So it's a bit of a problem if even 50% of those people take what she said at face value. But luckily, with a quick bit of Twitter foo, I was able to find this from one of her followers. The scariest thing to happen on Halloween this year is Kourtney Kardashian posting this utterly ridiculous post about the blue masks with no medical evidence or proof. It's just some random screenshot. Medical professionals worldwide wear them, but somehow this screenshot means it's true. So fortunately, not everybody is as stupid as Kourtney Kardashian. And she wasn't the only one to chime in. Dr. Danielle Ballardo, MD, said this: social media is the way the majority of our generation gets info. Kourtney Kardashian told her 102 million Instagram followers today that masks cause cancer. Just so unbelievably dangerous. Doctors/scientists, we have to keep combating misinformation no matter how tiring it gets. Absolutely right, I couldn't agree more, which is part of the reason why I do what I do here on YouTube. Now don't misunderstand me, I'm not saying that Kourtney Kardashian is completely to blame for the fact that we have anti-maskers in the first place. But when somebody with this huge a social media following is posting that sort of misinformation, it can only go one way. And the next video I'm going to show you, again, I'm not saying she's like this because she's a Kardashians fan, but it certainly can't help, can it?
Technically discriminating.
I mean, if that's how you want to... No, I'm just saying, I can provide you reasonable accommodation.
I won't wear a mask because I can't. I'll have a panic attack. I will freak out. I will have an anxiety attack. I know what I want. I'm here at the end with the understanding no one's in the store. You can either accommodate me by giving me an hour at the end of every day, an hour at the beginning of the day. I'm here to buy some things and leave.
Right, so let's explore what she's just said there. Okay, maybe she will have a panic attack, but the guy is offering to accommodate her in other ways, and by that I guess he means that he will take a list off her, he will gather her groceries up, and then they will arrange for how she is going to make payment, which is absolutely fine. Now all these anti-mask Karen types are always screaming about their rights, but I've not once heard any of them mention their responsibilities. To who? To me and you and the people who do actually choose to wear masks because they know it keeps them and those around them safe. And talk about a sense of entitlement, and unfortunately these are the times we live in, but is she actually saying to this guy who is just doing his job that that particular store should be staying open for 1 hour extra each day just to accommodate moronic anti-maskers? And if that's not what she's claiming, because I'm getting really good at predicting the types of comments that some of you will leave, if she is saying that they should not stay open an extra hour, but essentially close to the general public an hour earlier each day to accommodate these stupid anti-maskers, then that's just as bad. Who are you?
I don't want to call 911 on you, but I will. I'm about to, because I'm here.
If you're committed to that, if you don't want to wear a mask, then fine.
Yeah, call 911, because the police have absolutely nothing else to do, do they?
So, would you like me to call 911?
I really would not like you to. I would like you to.
I would like to not also. So, there is
no
one in the store. There is no one in the store.
There's me in the store.
There's you. So you stand 7,000 feet away from me.
Now, I'm no measurologist, or whatever you call somebody who specializes in measuring stuff, but I'm pretty sure that 2 meters is not 7,000 feet. Or was she attempting to be sarcastic? Because I have a hard time recognizing sarcasm.
Ma'am, I'm just trying to do my job.
And I'm trying to make sure that I have rights. So you're going to hear that they're actually going. You'll make sure to hear that in the end. You're the one who will be cited, not me.
Okay, fine.
So, yep.
But what right exactly is it you think you have in this instance? The right to be a big baby?
I'll just stand right here because I'm here. I've driven 20 minutes out. I'll drive 20 minutes back just for my babies who are hungry.
See why I titled this video the way I did? Anti-masker Karen acts like a big baby. Now, I'm not saying it's a good thing if her babies genuinely are starving, but I strongly suspect that that's not the case. She's a Karen. She's there to buy wine and chocolates to sob herself into a food coma when she gets home because people won't let her walk around without wearing a mask. Grow up and think of the safety of other people as much as you seem to be thinking of your own rights.
911, what's your emergency?
Yeah, as per the 1964 Civil Rights Act.
Now you can just imagine this 911 operator, can't you? I've got a Karen, a real live Karen on the phone. This is going to be brilliant. The 1964 Civil Rights Act was a landmark civil rights and labour law in the United States that outlawed discrimination based on race, colour, religion, sex, national origin, and later sexual orientation and gender identity. Now, I have read it. I was going to flash it up on the screen, but it's a tiny but I cannot find anything in the 1964 Civil Rights Act that says that Karen here should be allowed to break the law and enter a public building without wearing a face covering. So I, for one, can't wait to see where this 911 call goes.
I cannot be discriminated against. I do have a right to be able to breathe O2, not CO2, and I am being discriminated against right now at a store. So,
Are you calling to report something, ma'am?
Did you hear the guy say? That says it all, doesn't it? I bet he's thinking to himself, I don't get paid anywhere near enough to have to put up with this shit. And to be fair, he's right. He doesn't.
Yes, that I am not being allowed into the store because I'm being discriminated against.
Now, I know there will be some people who will disagree with me on this next point, and that's absolutely fine. You can always start your own YouTube channel. But she is not being discriminated against, in my opinion. Because all the guy is asking her to do is obey the law and wear a face covering. Because it is, in fact, now the law to do so. So I really don't see where she thinks calling 911 is going to get her. Apart from onto the top 10 list that all 911 operators secretly have. And that list is of the 10 most pathetic, useless, time-wasting calls they've ever received.
Because you would not like to wear a mask.
Discriminated against, and what store are you at?
It's called Bones and Scones, and I'm being discriminated against because I'm being told I need to wear a mask, even though I have a religious exemption right and a God-given right to be able to breathe O2.
I thought it was
CO2.
a medical exemption.
Yes, medical exemption too.
Oh, so now it's a religious and medical exemption. Well, how selfish I now feel. expecting other people to care whether or not I remain safe when I'm out in a public place.
It's all under.
Well, this has never happened to me before. This is my third attempt at uploading this video, and for some bizarre reason, but I actually think the reason may be because she discloses the location, it's this 911 call that she is now actually making, and I'm sorry you can't hear it, has been copyright claimed, which is truly bizarre. So I just hope this doesn't take away too much from your enjoyment of the video and me being able to demonstrate just how much these anti-mask morons wind me up. So the sound is coming back.
If you need them so badly, why not just put on a mask?
Good point, well put. If you need them that badly, why don't you just pop on a face mask? Go into the store, grab the couple of things that you so desperately need, and f*** off.
It's so
Because
easy.
I won't wear a mask.
Okay, that's your decision.
Okay, yes,
Ma'am, okay. Just try not to argue. I'm sorry. I'm gonna put
No,
a call in
I'll
for
follow
you,
your
okay?
lead. Yes, thank
Okay,
you. Thank you so much.
And can I get your name?
Duh, silly 911 lady, I would have thought that's obvious. Karen. No last name, just Karen, because she, like every other Karen, is so important, they don't even need a last name. You know, like Prince and Sting, that kind of idea.
There's also not one person in the store. They're about to close. You know, stores are actually accommodating
Do they
people.
have a sign posted that is saying that they're...
Right here.
So
Yeah,
right
you
now,
can have
it
the
is-
sign.
it
That
is
still
a
doesn't mean-
I mean, we're a private business with private rights.
Countywide.
Right, but it's also not a law. So I could actually, so you're one of the first people that I've called 911 who actually doesn't seem to understand that in the end, I'm actually the one with the rights. Even though it's mandated, it's not actually a law. It's based off of an emergency, state of emergency that we are no longer in.
Based off a state of emergency that we're no longer in, so in Karensville, the worldwide pandemic has ceased to exist. Well, aren't you the lucky ones?
So
But it's currently a municipal code that is in effect.
that's okay. I mean, you can say all you want. I do know in the end I have the right, and in the end, if I wanted to sue this gentleman, I could, and I will win.
So even though the 911 operator has just informed her that it is actually a municipal code or a municipal mandate, which means that it's a law enforced by area, essentially, and bear in mind I'm not from the States, she's still doubling down and saying that she's right, the law is wrong, and she could sue the guy if she wanted to and win. Well, good luck with that one. And seeing as you seem to be so knowledgeable about the law, I'm wondering where you studied law. Was it the University of Facebook, where all other Karens study law?
I'll work with Del Bigtree, I'll work with Robert Kennedy Jr., I'll work with Peggy Hall, and those are names that you might not be familiar with, but I am, and I know that everyone who calls in order to have their rights be supported, to be able to shop by being able to breathe in O2, not CO2, they're all winning their cases.
Okay, ma'am. I'm going to send an officer out to you. Can you just wait outside, please, for me?
I will wait in my truck. Here's the thing, what's gonna happen is the gentleman is gonna close his door because they close in 4 minutes. I drove all the way out here to purchase a couple of items. So what exactly should I do?
What should she do? This is a tough one. Can we help her at all? Anybody got any ideas? Pop them down in the comment section if you do. But my idea would be, put on a mask.
Oh, are you going live too? Huh?
I'm just recording.
You're recording me? That's fine. You are welcome to do your research to find that in the end,
You want to wait
No.
I'm
I'm
actually right.
to an officer?
I don't
I'm right.
care.
And to be completely honest, if I was working in bones and scones in California, I probably wouldn't care either. And research, that word that anti-maskers, flat earthers and conspiracy theorists use as their main weapon. What does it even mean to you? Because joining an anti-masker Facebook group is not research. Bitching and complaining with all the other Karens in that group is not research. Watching YouTube videos to find out how terrible masks are is not is not research. Have I made myself clear? Kaza. Now, I said at the beginning of this video I would tell you why anti-maskers are aggravating me so much at the moment, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. So as some of you will know, I'm self-employed. We have just been put into a tier 4 lockdown in Wales for our own safety, admittedly, but that doesn't make it any the less frustrating because my shop can't open, which means I cannot earn any money, which is not ideal over the Christmas period. But more importantly than that, my dad, who is 76, and my mother, who is 75, have both tested positive for COVID-19. Now, admittedly, that it could just be one of those things. They're both elderly, they both have underlying health issues, maybe they've just contracted the virus naturally. Or did they contract the virus because there are so many absolute idiots walking around Swansea refusing to wear face masks? Thanks for watching, guys. I hope every single one of you have an amazing Christmas and a prosperous new year. Stranger things have happened. It definitely can't get any worse. Or can it? I'm the Creaky Blinder. See you in the next video. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Alright, watch this next. But before you do, make sure you subscribe by order of the Creaky Blinder.